been anything but a cruel summer for Taylor Swift. On Tuesday, she announced her engagement to longtime love Travis Kelce. And experts say their timing, alignment, and mutual respect may just be the ideal blueprint for dating. Joining me now to share more is Erica Kaplan. She's the Vice President of Membership for matchmaking service 3 Day Rule. Erica, welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm excited for this. So Taylor and Travis just got engaged, as we mentioned. What do you think their relationship reveals about what makes love last in today's dating world?
Yes, it's been the engagement heard around the world, right? So I really think that for Taylor and Travis, it shows that timing is everything. Right. What I've seen in matchmaking for the past decade of doing this is chemistry can grow, right? We really embrace the slow burn, but the timing absolutely must align. Taylor and Travis, they have mutual respect. They're different but equal, and they're really not competing for the spotlight. They're really supportive, equal partners, and I think that really is the recipe for a good partner.
All right, you just mentioned being different but equal as a key to modern compatibility. How can people recognize that kind of balance in their own dating lives?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Travis and Taylor, they're both no longer in building mode, right? They've accomplished a lot. They know who they are. They know what they themselves bring to the table, obviously on a very large scale level. But they're really in a place in their life where they can focus on building and nurturing the relationship rather than building and nurturing their career, so they can kind of walk side by side and support each other.
All right, and National Matchmaker Day is this Sunday, August 31st. What is the difference between matchmaking and app dating? Like, what might you get from a matchmaker that you may not get on the apps?
So what we actually do is we do the legwork for our clients, right? So what we do is we work one-on-one with our clients, we do the searching, we do the vetting. And so by the time they're meeting their match, they can focus on building a real relationship with someone who's already been vetted to share their goals, their values, their lifestyle, someone who's in the same stage of life. So this is really one-on-one matchmaking with way fewer, better options rather than that kind of buffet feeling of the apps.
So I know Match.com has been around since the 90s, but we really saw dating apps come onto the scene in the early 2010s. Do you think apps have changed the dating game? And if so, how?
Yeah, so Tinder now has been around about 13 years in September. And that actually means that a lot of singles have been dating on the apps for 13 years, right? So as tired as they were a few years ago from swiping, they're that much more tired now. There really is, I think, this analysis paralysis that a lot of daters have. They're spending a ton of time for not a lot of benefit. So this is really, I think we're really at a turning point in the dating landscape where people are looking to kind of slow things down, take a much slower pace, and focus on finding someone who really aligns with goals and values rather than just someone who checks the boxes.
Do you think if someone has dating fatigue, perhaps they've been on the apps for 13 years, what are your suggestions? Do you think like shifting to a matchmaker or maybe taking a break, and coming back when you're ready, what are your suggestions around that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think it's really important to understand yourself and really give yourself kind of focus on boundaries, right? So if you're feeling really burnt out, then there's no way you can be your best self when you do meet that person. A lot of people are turning to matchmakers to, as I said, go on fewer, better dates with people who are vetted and sussed out specifically for them, their goals, their values, what they need. My advice would be to seek something else. What we're finding, very interestingly, is we're getting a lot of inquiries from people who are seeking alternate options of dating from ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is sending them to matchmakers. But I do think that matchmaking is having this moment where people are recognizing that there are other options. There are other ways to meet significant others and have meaningful relationships without having to do this swiping. Apps actually have a 9% success rate, where industry of matchmaking is 70 to 80%. So it's quite different.
All right. Thank you, Erica Kaplan, Vice President of Membership for 3 Day Rule.
Thank you.